I've been writing on and off for about 10 years. I usually write basically wherever and whenever I can find the time. I have 3 kids, I work full time, and it's not really so much about where as when. I did manage to actually get an agent to pick up one of my novels, and she reps one of the biggest names in fantasy today. And so my agent actually recommended to me to go self-publish it, and she said, you know, go out and prove that there's a market for your work. And that's exactly what I did. One of the things that I really liked about Kobo is that personal touch. There's a human on the other end of the line that helps me to make the most out of my experience. That personal touch, I think, makes all the difference in the world. My favorite part about Kobo Writing Life is the dashboard. In particular, the part where I can look at the regions of where my books are selling. That's phenomenal. I can actually sort of pinpoint, oh look, you know, in this particular country I'm selling huge, or in this country over here I'm not selling as well, and hey, maybe I could be doing some more marketing in that area to try and improve on that. Up to now, I've been running blind. I have no idea where my books are selling. So to have that sort of data presented to me in that manner is phenomenal, and no one else has that. It's huge. My first reader that ever responded to me was from Australia. It was a really incredible thing to see, you know, she's from this small town in Australia, and she heard about my book and she read it. I write because I love it, because I must, not because I'm under contract to do it. And so I have control over when I put a book out. I've got control over the editing. I set the price. I would hear things from other authors that were traditionally published where they hated the cover. I love my cover. And if I'm not happy with the cover, you know, a year from now, I can change the cover. I have that ability to do that with these sorts of tools. It's a very exciting time to be a writer right now.
I've been a writer for about 20 years now. I started working in public relations and I was writing nonfiction articles. And I decided I didn't really want to write about semiconductors and high tech, and so I decided to write a book. That was the beginning. At the time I thought, wow, if I could only sell one book, that would be great. And now I'm at 33 and I'm still wanting to write more. The path into self-publishing really started for me through my backlist. Many of my books that had been traditionally published had gone out of print. So when the ebook revolution began, I thought how exciting it would be to digitize those older books and bring them out for a whole new audience. It's not just about writing a book, but you really want to put out a professional product. The readers are going to judge your book, and you don't want to put up a product that's going to generate bad reviews. You want to put your best foot forward. So I would encourage people to slow down, you know, put their book together, and then put it up when it's really ready to go. The Kobo Writing Life portal for authors to self-publish their work is very intuitive. It's very easy to upload, pick your pricing, upload your cover, and you get to see your sales information. For authors who are self-publishing, they have to realize that they are a publisher. That sales information is very, very critical to how they sell their book and how to determine how they price their books. Being able to have a portal that allows you to move around between all those features is great. I really feel like Kobo wants authors to be successful, and that you're really a team. We're partners in this publishing endeavor. Everybody wants to sell more books, and so we all want to do what we can do to make that happen. So it's a very exciting time to be a writer, and I think we all need to embrace the excitement of this digital revolution and really explore it and make it work for us.
I've been writing for 35 years. My first addiction was reading, from the very moment that I learned to read, because I read so much. At some point I said, maybe I could give it a shot. I wrote my first novel and it sold fairly well. I was glad that I could write. Writing is a very intense personal experience. When you start writing a novel, you really don't know how this novel is going to unfold or how it's going to end. The plot and the characters keep surprising me, gives a twist that I hadn't imagined that I would come up with. When my books started getting e-published, e-publishing was not what it is today. In the last 2 years, e-publishing has exploded all over the world. What I like most about Kobo is the possibility of reaching readers in 180 countries of the world. That is unbelievable. The fact that you can release a book the same day to all English-speaking people in the world, it's incredible. I believe that we are witnessing the greatest revolution in publishing since Gutenberg came up with the movable type. E-books and e-publishing is the future. It's the future.